It is taking forever to film this because I keep messing up. Okay, so as most of you know, Christine Patrick and I are choreographing a flash mob to Don't Unplug Me. We formed at the LeakyCon Ball, and there's programming to go to, so you should totally do that. And we're uploading onto this channel because we think it's the easiest way for everyone to see it without giving it away to everyone yet. And I mean, if people see this, it's not a big deal. We'll probably make them unlisted or privatize them or something eventually. But as of right now, we're just going to do this. So this is what I have so far. I think I'm just going to sing it because I do better when I just sing it to myself rather than just doing it to the choreography right now. And then I'm going to, that way I can also just stop and explain it easier without having to rewind the tape back and forth. Okay, so I already know, so it's like the first one's like dun, 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 where everyone's just sort of, when they start hearing that way they have some time to sort of get to their spots, and there will be spots because I'm thinking of more of like a two-line kind of deal thing, and I was thinking people should be in pairs. And if there's like, you know, an uneven number or something like that, we can work around it and work specifically with that pair. Or that group, or maybe that group can be us or whatever, because we're obviously going to be the dance or whatever. One person just stands alone and just like rocks out, whatever. So two of them is like dun, 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 and then it's Don't Unplug Me. We do the chorus. So don't unplug me or just shut me down. Please just love me with your steel heart. I'd reboot you if you looked at me with those cold eyes one more time. And it's and then turn to each other. So I remember our software was compatible. And then you shake hands with the person. And then when it starts saying I think, you start to like do kind of like a shiver in your fingers and then up your arm, and then your whole body's shaking. So, I think I felt my circuit board ignite. You held my hand, and so that's when you grab hands. Like at hand, it should be a holding of hands. So, you held my hand in your metallic grip, and you spin to the person you dip. You held my hand in your metallic grip. We may be machines, but I'm in love tonight. So that whole part is a switching of partners to, and so this is where the sort of pairs come in more too, and I think this is good for like making people socialize. And what I'm thinking is that we don't have to have pairs of boys and girls. I think we should just mainly do it by height and keep people of similar height and weight together. And, you know, not stick like a super short person and a super tall person together. If it can be avoided, we'll just have people like line up by height or something, and then pair them off like that. Because, you know, equal opportunity. Boys can dance with boys and girls can dance with girls, and that's totally cool. Yeah. So, dip, out, and dip, out. Hold my hand, your metallic grip. We may be machines, but I'm in love tonight. And so once I'm in love tonight, that's when they should let go. They should both be standing up, and tonight they should be letting their hands go. And then it's, babe, there's something I gotta say. So, turn around. Babe, there's something I gotta say. I think it's time for my upgrade. And then hit a pose, with the string pose, or ta-da pose, or whatever. And then you kind of do like a, I would look so good, and you can hit muscles. It's kind of, this is where it's sort of like a free kind of movement kind of thing, where you just sort of do your own thing, where you can just be like, I think it's time for, you can touch your hair, whatever you want. Patrick and I are going to be touching hair, because I think it's time for my upgrade. I would look so good. So it's like, I would look so good in version 2, but I promise it's me, not you. And they'll point to their partner. So me, not you. And then they'll like, everyone's gonna be like offended at each other because they're like, oh, you're saying you're better than me. So it's just, think it's time for my upgrade. I would look so good in version 2, but I promise it's me, not you. And then, don't unplug me or just shut me down. Please just love me with your steel heart. I'd reboot you if you look at me with those cold eyes one more time. And then it's oh, hold on, I have to look at the lyrics. I think here, I'm not really sure what to do. I think I already told you this, Patrick. And I was thinking that like when they do the jump at the end of that chorus, everyone would just sort of like bend down or like be broken in some way. And I wasn't sure if maybe we should assign like the shorter of the two people paired off to like to sort of be the Christina, and then the taller of the two be Luke, or vice versa. I wasn't really sure what to do here. I'm not sure if we should break off into parts. I think that would work best, but I was I don't know if it would be the best idea to have like people doing two different things. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure yet. So if you guys have any ideas for that. And for the one part that I really do have like some sort of like a decent idea for is the whole part where it's like, what is a hug that does not compute? Please stand by for my system reboot. For that part, I think it'd be kind of cute if people were like, they kind of leaned into hug, but they couldn't figure it out, so they just sort of kind of like sort of holding themselves. And then, what is a hug that does not compute? Please stand by for my system reboot. And then they spin into like a standing position again, and then go into the don't unplug me chorus. So that's like the only idea I really had for that part. Just got the memo about this extraneous programs that means emotions like loving you. I don't really have this part done yet. I'm working on it. That's the part that I feel like is going to be the most difficult. But I also think that we need to leave like a verse or half of a verse open for people there to choreograph, because that's part of like sort of the experience that I was planning when I wrote up the proposal kind of thing. So if you guys have any ideas like what part we should exactly do, because I really have no clue, so I will take whatever suggestions Christine or Patrick, like you two, have for that. And then there's the part where I was telling Patrick, the smooth part, as I like to call it, where it's sort of, what's the timestamp I gave him? I'm sorry. Where is it? 228, okay, that's what I thought. So from 228, this part, no, that's wrong. So this is 220. And this is where I think we can definitely play with like a shape. I want to make sort of a circle where they're kind of across from their partner, and they'll be walking in a circle. So Ekhala is repeating parts of the song already that we've already done. So I was saying we could sort of do a version of that previous choreography. So it would be, and like it's like, I remember our software was compatible. So we could be going, so people are sort of in a circle, and I think like when they're in the front, they should be walking backwards, and then they turn around and they have their back, and that kind of thing. And then while they're walking backwards, they're sort of interacting with the people next to them as well. So I remember our software was compatible. I think I felt my circuit board ignite. You held my hand in your metallic grip, and they're like turning and that kind of thing. We definitely, like, I would need someone else to work with to really like explain the whole idea, or like visualize it really well. But I think that could work really well in that part. I think I felt my circuit board. And then, so at that point when it starts, we may be machines, but I'm in love tonight, or well, it says tonight, and then it cuts off and goes into the chorus again. That's the point where the circle sort of stops, and the person is going to be across from their partner, if that's possible. If not, then it just could be everyone stop in the circle, and whoever you're directly across to, and then we'll have to like go and like pair up people, go through the circle, and really show them who they're supposed to be with. But yeah, so they're across from, but I'm in love tonight, and then they'll look at each other, like it's like, oh, I'm in love tonight, and then we could just be like, so then it goes, don't and then they'll start walking towards each other. They'll be doing the choreography or sort of a version of it. So it's, don't unplug me or just shut me down. Please just love me with your steel heart. And I was thinking, I don't know, maybe people would come together and like the person they're staring at, with your steel heart, and then like I'd reboot you if, so then like they face away from each other. If you look at me, or like they wouldn't be looking at each other with those cold eyes one more time, and then then back to dancing together, and then it's the chorus again. So yeah, I'm a little all over the place. I'm sorry if I didn't explain that well. We can discuss via call soon. Yeah, okay, that's all I have. That's not much. Okay, bye.